For the last 20-25 years, Kerala has been the number one state in tourism, also in education. But in the recent past, movies like Kerala Story got produced. It's a communist state.
Deep-rooted presumptions was there, very negative narratives are there, but that is far away from the realities. In Kerala, jobs are there for these unskilled laborers, but we have a certain shortage of jobs for our own people, highly skilled. The objective of Kerala government is transforming the economy into a knowledge-based economy.
Microsoft has contributed huge to Telangana. There was a recent story that a large tech firm CEO was coming to Tamil Nadu. Mr. Chandrababu Naidu met them before they could take the flight and directed them to his state. So is such competition healthy within India? Like states competing with each other?
That is not healthy, but that is happening. But we are not competing to attack the cheapest labor cost industries. We are focusing on these type of industries.
You have only one unicorn from Kerala which is open, and that too the companies now started in Kerala, moved their HQ to Bangalore, and whenever they go public, they'll go public in Bangalore. So what is your vision to attract more companies to become unicorn? Hi, this is Siddharth Aluwalia, your host at Neon Show and also managing partner of Neon Fund, a fund that invests in the best of enterprise AI companies between the US and India corridor. Today, we have a very different guest, and you will be glad to know I have with me Minister Shri P. Rajeev. He is the Minister for Law, Industries and Coir in the Kerala government. So welcome, sir, to the Neon Show. So glad to have you.
Thank you, and it is also a privilege for me to be here with you. Your channel is very credible. The podcastings are also very interesting. You are trying to enclose the real picture of investment scenario of the country and the world. That's good. Thank you for this podcasting.
Thank you so much. And today we are going to discuss about how Kerala is evolving as a state, from a tourist, like the number one tourist destination in India, to being among the top in ease of doing business in India, which many people don't know about. But in the recent past, what many people know about Kerala, or their misconceptions about Kerala, that movies like Kerala Story got produced, and things like that, on communism, that's a communist state, right? So want to clear the air, right, and with facts. To our audience.
That is true. Deep-rooted presumptions was there. Very negative narratives are there. Kerala is not suitable for industry. The communists are on rule there for several decades. Labor disputes are very strong. But that is far away from the realities. Kerala is a small landscape. Only 1.16% of the landscape of the country and 2.8% of the population of the country. Kerala is the land of highest number of 5-star hotels of India. The latest data of tourism ministry, that is 91, and financial capital of the country is in the second place, Maharashtra. That shows the strength of tourism and how to link this tourism and industry. I would like to share one interesting experience. The founder of the Uber, he visited Varkala and his team stayed for several weeks. From Varkala, that is one of the famous beach of Kerala, from Varkala they wrote this program of Uber. Then work from Kerala, very good air. You cannot move outside in different parts of the country without wearing a mask. Come to Kerala, take a deep breath, very good for your health, and very good water, quality of water is very good, 44 rivers. And the total atmosphere is very good. Ecosystem is very good. Not only for tourism. Even in Scandinavian countries, you can work only 3 or 4 months outside your home. Then you please come to Kerala the rest of the year and work from there. We will provide all facilities, high-speed connectivity. And you can eat anything as you like. You can wear anything as you like. You can speak anything as you like. No restrictions. Freedom of expression is there, freedom of thinking is there, and academic freedom is there. Then that is the right place, not only for tourism and work from Kerala. That is a new slogan we have moved. And so one presumption is all youth are going away from Kerala. Then Kerala is a old age home. All people from the world at their old age come to Kerala. And senior living with high class facilities. We have a high class world-class healthcare system, public and private. It is there, good air, everything is there. Then at the age of 60 or 70, you please come there. We will provide all facilities. That is also an other avenue for investment. Some of the big brands are coming to Kerala for investing to establishing these type of senior living and residential buildings. Then for industry, actually manufacturing is the face of industry. The latest edition of Economist, the one leader is the world must escape from manufacturing delusion. Actually, this Taiwanian investor, Mr. Stan Shi, has developed a smile curve. The Raghuram Rajan also in his new books here described this. This is a curve. Manufacturing is the middle. Then value addition is left and right. This innovation, concept, innovation, and branding and design, all the R&D, this is very value added thing. Then manufacturing. Manufacturing is only assembly. In some of the videos I explain this iPhone manufacturing cost is $10 or $20. But the other cost is from this side and that side. This smile curve. One is innovation, branding, R&D, design and development. Other side, distribution, marketing, and service after sales. These two sides are value addition. Then we are focusing on this. Manufacturing, it is not easy for state of Kerala, big manufacturing industry. If you are asking 1,000 acres of land for me, it is very difficult. For acquiring 100 acres of land, I have to discuss with more than 1,000 landowners. In other parts of the country, if you want 1,000 acres of land, you have to discuss only 1 or 2 persons. That is a difference. Then Kerala is, I have mentioned, very small landscape and ecologically very sensitive. That is why we are focusing on these knowledge-based industries. We are not trying to competing to be a cheapest destination of manufacturing industries, but we are trying to make Kerala as a innovative and sustainable future-ready economy, smart economy. That is our plan and perspective.
And sir, for example, if anybody is trying to set up their IT firm in Kerala, let's say a much smaller version of Infosys or a startup, how do you suggest about the first is going about acquiring of land, acquiring of economic IT park, which is called special economic zones, and the third is the manpower, IT trained manpower. So what's your view on that in the next few years?
Actually, we have established the first techno park of the country in 1990 at Tirunelveli. That is the largest techno park of the country. Then we missed the bus at the 2000, the changing of world technology industries. At that time, we missed that bus. That is true. Now, the last 9 or 10 years, we are improving in a big manner. Now, our IT parks most of the IT parks are full. Very difficult to allot land. Several companies are in the queue. Big companies are there. IBM started their campus 3-4 years back. They are planned to recruit 100 people within a year as a pilot project. But within a year, they could recruit more than 1,000 youth from state of Kerala. Then the senior vice president, Mr. Dinesh Tanmal, said, only because of the output of the youth, they have developed 2 successful tools within a year. One is purchased by Facebook, other is by Delta Airline, that give more money to IBM. Then we have organized a big Gen AI conclave, the first Gen AI conclave of the country, hosted by state of Kerala, along with IBM. Now IBM has established the first Gen AI innovation campus in Kochi. Then IT park is out there, and also now Kerala, one significant feature is very difficult to demarcate in between villages and cities. If you're traveling in other parts of the state or in the New York, big city, then big gap, then some other part. But if we are traveling through Kerala, very difficult to find a walk-up space. Residential buildings, commercial buildings. Kerala is the most urbanized state of the country. Actually, de facto, Kerala is the largest city of the world. If you're taking as a whole, Kerala is the largest city of the world. Then we are expanding IT corridor, not only focusing on the cities, Trivandrum to Kollam or Kochi to Charthala, Kochi to Korati or Calicut to Kannur, several IT corridors. We are providing land for IT companies to establish their industries. And we have established one of the best startup village and also maker village in the state of Kerala. Several startups are there, and the startup ecosystem, I think, affordable startup ecosystem, Kerala is the number one in the South Asia, and the growth rate is larger than the world growth rate of startups. But we have faced some difficulties after a certain stage. They are moving to Bangalore or some other parts. Then I had interaction with them. Why? What is a shortcoming from our side? What the government should do to scaling up your startups? Then they had raised some concerns. This prototype manufacturing and scaling up the talent of the skill of the youth. Then we have introduced certain things, full-time internship to the students in the IT firms, and also more seed money, and also giving more backing for prototype manufacturing, design side also. That we are doing.
And so, one question I had for you is, for the longest period of time, like Kerala has seen uh, talent from Kerala move to other states, let's say, for example, to Bangalore, or even outside India, let's say to countries like Dubai. So, do you think now in the future there is enough depth that can keep the talent within Kerala?
Not only the keep the talent, the reverse migration is also happening. Earlier, we are sending people to all over the world. Now we are inviting all to Kerala to build up a high-tech manufacturing state. And that is also happening in while interacting with the employees of certain companies, either in IT or in medical device industries or new technology sector, AI or blockchain technology or big data analysis or the robotics. Several people are coming back to the state of Kerala. The geopolitical situation is changing. Nobody can stay in some countries. The visa regulation is changing from morning to evening. Very difficult to stay in the developed countries. Then some of them will be compelled to back their own home to India, wearing or coffin or without. That is a question now. Then we should provide. Then what is the reality? The people from Kerala, youth from Kerala is going out for jobs. Earlier it was to Mumbai, then to Ceylon, then to Gulf. Now it is to America, UK, Australia, or Canada. People from Bihar coming to Kerala. People from Assam, Northeast coming to Kerala. Some other parts of the state they are coming to Kerala. Then what should we learn from this? That is, in Kerala, jobs are there for these unskilled laborers, but we have a certain shortage of jobs for our own people, highly skilled. Then our objective is to ensure this opportunity for our own people. Then which sector we have to focus? Big manufacturing, actually unskilled labor. If you are giving all incentives to a garment industry, 10,000 people are working there. Average salary is 10,000 rupees per head. That means 120 crore per annum. If I am giving a big IT company like IBM or ACL or Cognizant or any other companies, 3,000 people is working there. Average salary is 20 lakh per annum. That means 600 crore per annum. 10,000, 120 crore per annum. 3,000, 600 per annum. This 10,000, most of them migrant labor. They are sending money outside. These 3,000, most of them are Malayalis. They are spending money there. It will generate 3 or 4 indirect employment. It will create more opportunities. For this talent that you have mentioned earlier, capital, land and labor, that is now it is changing, intelligent, and then technology. These are the knowledge becomes capital. The objective of Kerala government is transforming the economy into a knowledge-based economy and the society into a knowledge society. For knowledge economy means knowledge becomes capital. That is highest potential. That is the advantage of Kerala. Readily available talent pool, highly skilled talent pool. In this, recently I read this book, Raghuram Rajan book. The government of India spent 50% of the total capital cost of micron company for establishing a semiconductor company in Gujarat, 20% from Gujarat, 70% incentive. That means for 16,500 crore rupees for a single company. Total expenditure for higher education in India is only 43,000 crore rupees. 1/3 of spending or expenditure of higher education of the country for a single company. That is creating only 5,000 jobs. That means 3.2 crore rupees per job creation. If you're spending this money for universities and colleges, and if the talent pool is available, then companies will come to India. If the talent pool is here, they will come. That is the strength of Kerala. This innovation side, we have very good ecosystem. Education institutes, out of 116 best colleges in Kerala. 9th best university as per national ranking, 10th and 11th universities are in Kerala. And for innovation, what is the best inevitable requirement? That is free thinking, freedom of thinking, freedom of expression, freedom for academic institutions. Then no attack to privacy. They should ensure the privacy, democratic function, transparency. The youth need these. If you are creating all these things, the innovation automatically will come. Then the industry will come to here for this side, this value addition for innovation side. That is the need. Then we are focusing on that.
Just want to lay out some facts that, at Invest Kerala Global Summit, the state secured proposals worth rupees 1.53 lakh crore from 374 companies, including a 30,000 crore from Adani Group, alongside 24 IT firms pledging 8,500 crore rupees for 60,000 IT jobs. And, a decade ago, Kerala wasn't seen as an industrial hotspot, more known for tourism, literacy, social development. But with these developments, it's clearly changing now. Big investors are showing interest, and there is serious infrastructure coming up. What is driving this shift? You laid out some facts also. And why are you trying to reposition Kerala as an industrial and investor-friendly state now?
That is true. We are repositioning our own stage. We are trying to showcasing the potential. Kerala is contributing 20% of the turnover of medical device industries of the country. 20% is small landscape. And IT also we have started very earlier. Now we are trying to make up the shortcomings. And also in 1973, Kerala has established first electronic company, Keltron, that is manufactured the first color TV of India. And also the ticketing system of first metro in Calcutta, the traffic signaling system of India, first in Asia, in Delhi, that is Keltron. Now we are focusing on this side. But the deep-rooted presumption was Kerala is not suitable for industry. Some issues were there, but it is old story. Earlier, our ranking was 28th in ease of doing business. That is Business Reforms Action Plan. That is exclusively based on feedback, 100% feedback. Now Kerala is number 1 in Business Reforms Action Plan, that is ease of doing business. That's a Herculean task, but we could achieve. Then now our task is to maintain that position. And we are, after discussing with all investor community, we have adopted a new industrial policy. Our motto is very interesting. That is nature, people, industry, not in the reverse order. If you are confident with this, then you please come. Responsible investment, responsible industry. Nature first. And the color of the cover and the color of the font is intentionally selected as green.
At the Invest Kerala Summit, as announced earlier, proposals of rupees 1.5 lakh crore were signed. But turning MOUs into actual factories, campuses, and jobs is a real challenge. So the first question from my side is, what's the follow-through plan to make sure these projects move fast and don't get stuck? And, what's the timeline to make these, MOUs into action so that it can contribute back to Kerala GDP and national GDP?
That's one question that I have mentioned earlier. We have a specific plan, time-bounded plan, categorization is there. A team is working, 12 teams are there. They are working on each sector ways. and we are monitoring. And I think more than 50% we can convert into real
In
investment.
how much time?
This month, I got the privilege to laying the stone of 13 factories. The next month, this month, I think the 21st, I will go to lay the stone of 7 companies. Always 23,000 crores already started.
Okay.
23,000 crores. And very good move, very good, successful move.
And Vizhinjam port is said to be a potential game changer for the state. What are your expectations from that port?
Vizhinjam.
Yeah.
Vizhinjam. Whenever you can pronounce Vizhinjam properly, then you can do anything. That is the first comment of the former CEO of Vizhinjam. Very difficult to pronounce Vizhinjam. Vizhinjam, very high potential for the state of Kerala. That is the very near to international sea routes, natural depth. If you are using Vizhinjam, then the ship can save 8 to 10 days compared to Colombo or Mumbai ports. Saving 1 day, that means saving $25,000. That means if you can save 10 days, you can save $22,50,000. This saving should be reflected in the raw materials or other commodities imported through Vizhinjam, and also products exported through Vizhinjam. That's the cost effective. Then we have already created a master plan. A manufacturing zone should be there, a corridor, growth corridor. The raw materials from different parts of the world we can bring through Vizhinjam. Then you can save this much money. Then assemble it. Then again send back to the port, to the ship. Then export to different parts of the world. Then it is the production cost may be very less compared to other parts of the country. That is also a big advantage. And also our infrastructure, total connectivity. That is one advantage of state of Kerala. We are going to completing the widening of the national highways and waterways also. And 4 international airport, 5th is coming within the small landscape of the country. The highest number of international airports of India in Kerala, the small landscape. Then we are using all these things, and Vizhinjam give very good potential for the state of Kerala. It should be a game changer, a gateway not only for Kerala but India also.
So other states have attracted big names like Telangana with Microsoft, and Microsoft has contributed huge to Telangana, right? It was originally Chandrababu Naidu sir who brought Bill Gates to India, and then to specifically to Hyderabad. Then Gujarat with Foxconn, like Foxconn is setting up huge amount of their plants in Gujarat. So is Kerala also looking for such an anchor?
Yes,
Investor?
anchor is IBM is there, Cognizant is there. Now 60 to 70% of the data Alexi workforce is in Kerala now. TCS is also one of the leading company. If you are providing all these things, highly available talent pool, then all companies are coming. Then now capital needs intelligence over infrastructure. That is the reality. Then we are creating that. Several center of excellence. We have established first digital university of the country, first blockchain technology academy of the country, first center of excellence on nutraceuticals, first digital science park. Last year, Honorable Prime Minister laid the stone, fully state government program, and we are thinking to complete it with this year itself. Then Center of Synthetic Biology, Center of Sustainable Development, first genome data center of India, that is in Thiruvananthapuram, and one of the best virological institutes. Then very good ecosystem for IT and also for BT, life science. And students studying in 7th standard in public education in schools of Kerala, they are studying AI and robotics also. We gave training to 2 lakhs public school teachers on AI, how to use AI tools and agents for teaching. Nowhere in the world this public education institution. Then these things, these fundamental things, that create a very vibrant ecosystem for IT industries, GCC industries, and also life science industries, new technologies, space also. Space, so ISRO is there, VS is there, several space companies are there. Now Indian Institute of Space Science is also there. Very good ecosystem. I think within 10 to 15 years, Kerala should be the destination of high-tech and knowledge industries of the world.
And there was some buzz recently when Kerala reached out to Bangalore-based IT firms during the water crisis, and it drew a sharp response from Karnataka government. What was the thinking behind that move? And was it more of a signal that Kerala's growing readiness to host large tech firms? And did it result in any tech firms moving from
Actually,
Bangalore?
every states are competing, but no, we are not competing to attack the cheapest labor cost industries. We are focusing on these type of industries, but we can work together. If some companies work here, the stagnation is also here, then they can come there. Some companies can move from there to here. Then I think all of us have our own space. The southern states, most of them are developed. In Kerala, our model is well appreciated by the world. Kerala model of development. Now, but one shortcoming for that development model, that is stagnation in productive sector. Now we are trying to overcome that stagnation, and we are trying to utilize all opportunities, but not blaming this state or that state. We are sending flight to some states to attack. No, our feeling is the investors will come by using their own flights to establish in industries or IT firms or big campuses in the state of Kerala for providing all these facilities for them, not incentives. GCCs are coming not for big incentives. If you are ready to available the talent pool according to their requirements, then they will come. Then outcome, what's the outcome of this talent pool? That is very good, highly productive. Then I think not competing, we are complementing each other, and we all have their own space for growth and development.
So there was a recent story that a large tech firm CEO was coming to Tamil Nadu, and similar in manufacturing also. But Mr. Chandrababu Naidu met them before they could take the flight and directed them to his state. So is such competition like healthy within India, like states competing with each other?
That is not healthy, but that is happening. That is happening. The ministers came to that state, to this state. We are going to other places also, but only to showcase the potential, discussing with other investors. Not invest this state, please come to my, no. And we have certain limit. We are not in a position to give big incentives, lands, parcel of lands. Very difficult. I cannot give the 100 acres of land free of cost to any company. No. But I can. Our government can give some incentives like only 10% in the first year, 3-year moratorium. Then you please deposit the lease within 10 installments. That type we can. And also talent pool, full-time internship. Now we have introduced a novel scheme, private industrial park. 37 private industrial parks already established. And first time in the world, we have established another novel scheme, campus industrial park. Higher education institutions can establish industrial park. We give industrial status. Student studying in BSc Computer Science, she or he can work in the IT firm of this campus industrial park. She or he availing a wage from this for his or her part-time job. At the same time, they will get a credit or bonus mark or grace mark from the higher education institution. These type of things we are focusing, then companies will come, not sending air charter flights or sending any special incentives. No, they will come.
In Kerala, geography, as you pointed out, is usually tight, dense population, forests, coastal CRZ zones, ecologically sensitive wetlands, right? Given all these constraints, how are you planning the industrial development? And some critics have said that Kerala's environmental regulations are too rigid, too tight, and others say it can be a strength also. So how do you strike a balance between sustainability and investment promotion?
If you are considering the people, planet, and community, then you can come to Kerala. If you are trying to destroying all these things, then it is very difficult. And one speciality of the state of Kerala is the decentralization of power and the transparency, local self-governments. I think then compared to other parts of the country, Kerala is the least corrupted, no bribery, no hidden costs. Anybody can establish industry, but in accordance with the rules and regulations prevailing in the state of Kerala. But any rule or act is not practical, then you can come to us. Not for you, any special order for you. No, we will change that. That will be applicable to all, irrespective of whether they will come to us or not. It will be applicable to all.
So, Shri Sanjeev Sanyal, who is economic advisor to Prime Minister Modi, he mentioned that West Bengal and Kerala are same to same. Both are communist state, and because of that, both are not developing as fast as India's top 5 states. What's your view on that?
Actually, that is an economist should speak on the basis of the facts,
Yeah.
not on the basis of the propaganda. Amitabh Kant correctly stated Kerala is the best state for ease of doing business now. Recently, he has mentioned. And economists should based on the facts, that is FDI. If you're taking FDI, the growth rate of FDI, the state of Kerala is 100% within a year. And the position of Kerala is jumped to 9th. But that is not big because the FDI, the 90% FDI belongs to 3 or 4 states. That is the reality. But we could improve 100%. And also one IAS officer, young IAS officer, a few years back, he had shown courage to resign from civil service and start a small company in the state of Kerala. The significant feature is that company he had started utilizing the technology developed by a Kerala institute, that is central institute working in Kerala, Sri Chitra Tirunal. The product is blood bag. Now that blood bag company, Thermal Penpol, is the largest blood bag company of the world. Not only India, but the world. And it is working in, this factory is working in a small village of the state of Kerala. And few years back, a small man started a small industry to manufacturing artificial teeth. Now that company is the largest company in Asia. And small company, small startup. It was started, I think, 2018 or 19 for engineering students. On social commitment, with the help of the startup mission, the government, they could develop a small robot for manhole cleaning, Gen Robotics. Now there is one of the largest company employing more than 900 people. That is some examples. The thing is, we are not trying to attract more investment on low productive, low value addition industries. And earlier I have mentioned, we are not in a position to give high incentives for creating one job, 3.2 crore rupees. No, that is not good for the country also. But you please took the high value addition that Kerala is transforming. For industrial corridor, Kochi Bangalore industrial corridor, we could acquire 1,700 acres of land within 10 months. Now SP is formed, the developing process is going on. And also the connectivity side, no labor issues. But this negative propaganda is very high. Because communists are, you have mentioned Bengal, Kerala communists. If you look into the history, 1957, April 5th, the first communist government had assumed power. EMS Namboodiripad was chief minister. At that time, communists were shouting slogans against Birla, Tata, Goenka. The same time period, EMS invited Birla for a breakfast. And they have discussed, give certain incentives. And the first company established in Calicut, Mavur Golia Royals by Birla, under the same company. The budget speech of that government, the then finance minister, Sri Achyuta Menon, has mentioned, we should give confidence to the investor community. For that purpose, government should take stake, equity in private industries. That time PPP is not familiar to nowhere in the world. First time a government allotted money in their budgets for taking equity for private companies. Give confidence. That is because we are working within the framework of this country. We are trying to attract more investment to the state, to give more employment to our own youth. That is our responsibility. But it should be responsible, transparent. Now Kerala has been changed in a big manner. In certain period, we are facing certain not good things are happening. That is the reality. But that is an old story. Now Kerala has been transformed. The ease of doing business ranking is done by the Union Ministry, not by us. And also, Prime Minister has recognized the novel innovation in the MSME sector, model experience in MSME sector, our Year of Enterprises campaign. American Society of Public Administration, first time in its more than 1.5 centuries history, recognized a Indian government initiative as a novel innovation in public administration. That is our Year of Enterprises. We could establish more than 3.5 lakhs small enterprises within 3 years. That is empowering women. 31% are women entrepreneurs. Then they are transforming their ornaments to capital or bank deposit to capital. Whenever an ornament is transforming to capital, it should generate employment, more than 7.15 lakhs employment opportunities. Now, that is a very old story. I think he is living in, while stating this, he is living in 3-4 decades back.
And then where does this narrative come from? Because of like deep-rooted communism. Like
Yes, that is deep-rooted presumption was the negative propaganda. People are more interested in negative propaganda. One thing is Kerala. Now I have seen some changes. Earlier media is also tried to propagate in small things. Yes, no perfectism is existing anywhere in the world. Some new shortcomings will come. Then we are trying to rectify that. Then another things may become. Then we are trying to rectify that. Then that is the way adopted by all of the governments in the world. Here we are trying our best to attract more investment, to create more employment opportunities, and also strengthening our ecosystem. Now we are on the right path. That is the reality now.
And movies like Kerala Story, right? I believe they were banned in Kerala for some period of time because they were highlighting places like Kasargod to be of either Islamic rebels which were like converting girls from Kerala and sending them to Afghanistan. So was there at any point in time things happening like that in the past? And how did Indian Kerala
That is
government?
not the real Kerala story. That is why it was rejected by all of the people in the world. No need of any ban. What is the real Kerala story? This festival of Islam, they can use the temple premises also for this iftar feast.
Yeah.
And at the time of Pongala, one of the big festivals in Tirunelveli, the Muslim and Christian churches are open for the devotees of the temple. That is happening. And recently, this Kashmir incident was happened.
Yeah.
One Ramachandran was killed by the terrorist. Then his daughter, she witnessing this, she said, "I got two brothers, the Muslim brothers, because they drove the car at that time, and they stood with her up to the airports. All things are doing by them." Then she said, "I lost my father, but I got two brothers, Muslim brothers from Kashmir." That is the real Kerala story. Kerala's the significant feature is, that is Raghuram Raman said, for innovation, a freedom of thought, freedom of expression. It is there. Transparency is there. Accountability is there. You are free in the state of Kerala. You can eat anything. You can wear anything. You can profess whatever your religion also. No restrictions. Big of temples are there, churches are there, and Muslim the Jumas are there, masjids are there. All of them are there. They are living together, secular state, progressive state, democratic state. That is strength, not the weakness.
And one thing is that, which I appreciate, how did Kerala rise to be the number one education index or literacy?
That is a long story. because of the Renaissance movement. In 1907, the first strike in the agrarian sector that was led by Iyengali. The slogan, if you are not giving opportunity to our children to study here, then we will not enter to this your paddy field, boycotting. Then it's the first strike. Nowhere in the world, the first Renaissance movement for first strike for
This is
the
which year?
1907. That is the first decade of the 20th century. And Sri Narayana Guru, Renaissance movement. And also missionaries movement. Then the continuation left movement, communist movement. In the culmination of these 1957, the first government, free education, free meal, free textbooks, and also uniform free. And we are providing all facilities. Now interactive screens in the government schools. Compared to private aided schools, number of laptops and systems are higher in public schools. Then the NEET exam, the Kerala public school girl was the first in Kerala. Then we are strengthening this public education, but we are facing certain shortcomings. That is quantity wise okay, quality wise we are facing some limitations. Now we are focusing on that, changing the things. It's a long story, and now it is the right path. Now we have certain shortcomings. Now we have overcome that also.
So, what have been these shortcomings that you keep on mentioning about that have been there in the recent past, and some of them are still there?
Yes, always there some certain shortcomings. No perfect system.
Yeah.
But what was our shortcoming in Kerala model of development? One advantage is it is almost same a literacy level, healthcare level compared to developed countries. Women literacy, girls literacy compared to China and USA, almost same. And healthcare system, almost same. But that said, we have recognized a shortcoming. That is quality. Then now we have establishing first government-owned organ transplantation institutes in the country. We are our expenditure is around 500 crores. Fully government-owned organ transplantation. You can transplant a heart in a government hospital, district general hospital, nowhere in the country. We have very good. Then quality healthcare. Earlier healthcare, now quality healthcare. Then education, now quality education. Then the second generation problems. If a child born in the state of Kerala, she or he can live 10 years more than other states. Life expectancy is very high. Then geriatrics is a must in our healthcare system. Then these lifestyle diseases are very high. Our expenditure should be more for that purpose. And this palliative care is also big need. Now we are establishing a grid, first time in the world. All palliative care patients should get an assistance from a volunteer. Anybody can register. If you are ready to spend at least 1 hour within a week to sit with a palliative patient, you can register. Then we will give training. Then that is the things we have developed. But major shortcoming, that is saturation in production sector, agriculture also, industry. Normally, first agriculture, industry, service. And service, okay. But the productive sector, we are not improved. Earlier, we could not improve. If we cannot improve this, then we cannot sustain the achievement of this Kerala model of development. We should get more resources. That is why we are focusing on infrastructure, 4-lane highway, waterways, 4 airports, and also high-speed connectivity. First time in the world, Kerala is a state which have recognized internet right is a basic right of the citizen. Not only on paper, we are providing high-speed connectivity, K-phone, as a government-owned mechanism for laying optical fiber cable network, for providing connectivity at affordable rate to all citizens and free of cost to the BPL and government offices. These are the steps we have taken. Now I think we are on the right path. The last 9 years is a transformation years of the state of Kerala to be a knowledge-based economy, and from a least or the cheapest manufacturing destination to a smart economy, smart factory system.
And for the longest period of time, Kerala has been known that you have the best nursing colleges in the country, and nurses from Kerala are not only known within India, in the US, in Dubai. So is there a plan to uh, uh, increase that over a period of time, or you are happy with that?
We will increase the number of seats. And also our nursing institutions are not sufficient because people are going to other states. And our nurses are going abroad. They are getting more wages. Then we should increase the wages of our wages is better than other states. That is
Okay.
true. But compared to other countries, it is not that much. Now we have a very good public healthcare system. At the same time, we have a very advanced private healthcare system. Now, as an industry minister, we have organized a meeting of these private industry hospitals to attract more patients from other parts of the world to the state of Kerala, from Arab countries, African countries. And our students are going to other states for studying. But students from African countries are coming to Kerala. Nepali students coming to Kerala. Arab countries students are coming to Kerala. Then we are study Kerala. Private university bill we have recently adopted. And I think all these things will change the scenario in a big manner.
So you are saying you are attracting international students to study nursing in Kerala?
No, nursing, Kerala's international other courses. If you are a citizen of any country, before you die, you should see a Malayali doctor or should touch of a Malayali nurse. That is reality. That is why I have said earlier, please come to Kerala.
Yeah.
The senior living with
Yeah.
all modern facilities, Americans, British, Europeans, after 60 or 70, please come here, invest in Kerala. Then you can live here, new business opportunity.
And how easy it for let's say for a person of other state or a person from other country to buy a land in Kerala for agriculture purposes, or if I want to build a home in Kerala?
Yes, but as per the law of existing in the country, for foreign citizen there are restrictions. For NRI citizen with citizens of other country, then this overseas status, then they can purchase only agricultural land. That is monitored by governed by the union laws. We have no authority to change that
Yeah.
laws. But other states, no difficulties. You can buy and you can live, you can establish, no restrictions.
But are you seeing like people used to buy farmhouses in northern India in the hills? So are people buying their farmhouses in Kerala also now?
That type of things are not available in the state of Kerala, farmhouses. We have big plantation is there. That is true. Now we are trying to change the definition of plantation. Now 5 or 6 crops are there. Recently IIM Calicut had conducted a very good study, and the major recommendation to diversification of the crops. All trees more than 10 years of life should be included in the plantation definition. And also land ceiling is there. A person cannot own more than 15 acres of land. For more than 15 acres of land, you should get an exemption from the concerned authority.
On the startup side, you have only one unicorn from Kerala which is open, and that too the companies now started in Kerala, moved their HQ to Bangalore, and whenever they go public, they'll go public in Bangalore. So what is your vision to attract more companies to become unicorn?
Yeah, that is true. I have earlier mentioned some limitations were there for the scaling of time. Beginning seed money and seed, that is okay. But scaling up, they are facing certain difficulties. We had discussed it. On the basis of that, now we have formulated several schemes. Huddle, the festival of the startups, organized by Kerala Startup Mission. It's a great event. We are attracting from startups and mentors and venture capitals, other funds from all over the world. So now I think changes, we can see a good change. Positive things would be happened within a short span
So
of
you
time.
think that there could be a scenario where tens of unicorns can come from Kerala?
Yes, most probably. We can see good changes.
Yeah, I think we need to make that happen.
Yes, our youth has very high potential. If you are facilitating, they can make wonders. We have trust and confidence with them.
What about the status of companies going public from Kerala? Like, I think Kerala also lags behind in that.
Yes. Now that's a changing is happening. Some companies are family-owned companies, partnership companies, and digital technology utilization, new methods. Now virtual funds are there. They are investing in healthcare system. Yes, change is there. That is why 100% increase in FDI within a year in a small state. That reflects this change. I think the more than 1 trillion capital for Muthoot, first time, recently reported by the media, 1 trillion rupees capital for Muthoot companies from the, that is good change. I would like to congratulate them.
Thank you so much, sir. It's been amazing to learn more about Kerala from you and, dispel the common myths which we have about the state, and would look forward to, to do more of these so that we can bring out more facts on the ground which are happening on Kerala.
Thank you. This is also a very interesting experience. I consider this as an opportunity to showcase the potential of my own state. This is an inevitable opportunity because you have mentioned deep-rooted presumptions are there, a negative image for the state of Kerala. All these propaganda is far away from the reality. Then what are the facts? I'm talking only on the basis of the facts. No other things, only on facts. You can check with any reputed sources, union government sources or credible agency sources. That is a reality. Then I think this is a great opportunity. Thank you for giving this opportunity for the
No, it's
state,
been
not
an
for
honor
me,
and
for the
privilege.
state of Kerala. This is my responsibility to go anywhere to showcase the state potential of my own state, to attract more investment, to ensure employment opportunities to our own youth. They should remain in the state of Kerala. Then their productivity would be increased. If they are working in United States, other parts, sometimes they are called from their mother or father will come, they are not well. Then they are not in a good mental position to write the program. If in Kerala they can go home and sitting with their parents, they can write the program. Then productivity may be also high. It would be beneficial for the society also.
Well, thank you so much, sir. And it shows the kind of effort that you are putting. Like, you have come from Kerala to Bangalore to record this podcast. Thank you so much. It's like it's a sense of very deep commitment.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, really appreciate it and look forward to doing more of these.
Definitely we can work together.